Hey y'all, it's your girl Lovely One 1347. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Country Wayne skit. Ernestine lets James meet Ava behind Jay's back. Actually, Ernestine didn't do it behind his back, like intentionally. James, he called her, and first she said, "No, I don't think it's right, for you to come see her." But he was around in the community, around the park, so she said, "You know what, you can go." At least Ernestine was considerate of her child in the time frame of introducing someone to her daughter because she was hesitant on having James meet Ava. Jay had Ava meet Dr. Faith and Nadia behind Ernestine's back. And so James insisted, and he already was in the area. So Ernestine said, okay, we were at the park, and Ernestine introduced James as a friend to Ava, and for Ava to call him Mr. James. And then so James he brought Ava earrings, which I like because James knows that Jay's being funny by bringing Nadia around, and it bothers Ernestine. So James bought Ava a gift of earrings so Jay can see it and know they are expensive earrings and are and he's gonna ask Jay is gonna ask Ava, who gave you those earrings, and Ava will say, Mr. James. And Jay will imagine what kind of man James may be because he has to be a man with money. So that was very strategic on James's part. And he's going to wonder who James is. So Jay normally focuses on relationships with women that he hasn't fully grown into a man to deal with life situations that he drinks. Every time he attempts to self-improve, he causes problems like Dr. Faith. They started dating. He was supposed to be a photographer, but he crossed lines with his first model, Alexis, who was his cousin Phil's ex-girlfriend, and she claimed she claimed Jay as her baby daddy, and then he tried dealing with, and then Jay, he messed up on a trading deal with Anthony, and lost Anthony $2 million with one trade. Jay is not a focused man. So he's going to wonder, like, who is this guy that Ernestine has my daughter around? He's probably going to have some insecurities because those earrings are very nice. They look very expensive, and they're real diamonds. So he's going to have some insecurities about that. And so Jay is not a particularly focused man. And Bishop Chris told Jay he has to have a vision as a husband, and Jay blamed it on Ernestine. But Bishop Chris said, as a husband, where are you leading her? And Jay couldn't answer the question. And Jay, as a man, has no direction. He doesn't know how to lead. So when it's time for him to self-improve himself, he's very scattered and he has no direction. So he falls back into drinking, or he needs support from a woman to help him. First it was Dr. Faith, then it was Alexis trying to get over Ernestine. So now Jay has crossed boundaries by talking to Nadia, and Jay is separated. But when I say cross boundaries, he has forgotten his mission to self-improve as a man, to focus on getting better by not drinking, and the person who's supposed to be helping him self-improve is his Bible teacher, Nadia. So she's not really helping him by crossing boundaries. And then the her uncle told her, you know, don't do that. You know, he's still together, that they could possibly, you know, get back together. And then if they do, Nadia's going to be heartbroken because she's invested in Jay. So now Jay is focused on another woman, which is Nadia, rather than focusing on himself and really improving and figuring out why he drinks, you know, what's the underlying issues to that. And so statistically, men cannot survive without women. Married men generally live longer than single men. You know, Google, it's on Google, it said that men need support from women, and women can play a crucial role in supporting men's mental health, well-being, and a career success. Women can help men navigate the stigma around mental health and create an environment of acceptance and understanding. And, you know, I think the key word is navigate. So women help to plan and direct the route and course of a particular situation or thing. So, you know, some of the words are steer, plot a route, create a path, or position of. So women, they make an important role. They have an important role with men that they can steer the relationship and where it should be, and they help men in that way. So men need to listen. It's more helpful for them to listen, because women, they are intuitive. They can see the bigger picture, and they can see the qualities in a man that he may not be able to see. So therefore, you know, she could help navigate how he can be a better man. Like if they're married, you know, she could say, you know, this house is getting kind of small. You know, we have outgrown it. You know, we have another baby. You know, let's go looking for another house. It's not the men that go out and look for the house. It's the woman. And so he has to like, oh, okay, well, all right, my family needs a bigger house. So he has to think of ways to provide for his family in getting another house. And she'll find within his budget, within the family household budget, that's suitable for their lifestyle. So she's positioning and gearing and navigating what is best for the whole family, you know. So when men say, you know, oh, what do you bring to the table? Women bring a lot. They bring a lot of stability, and just men have to respect women because they came from a woman. They are the creator. So the woman, she creates and she builds on that, and then she has a vision, and then she tells her husband or the boyfriend that she went, and the fiance, this is my vision, this is what I want. And then he says, okay. And then he provides for that vision, and he grows, and then he matures into that level of that vision, and he acts on it. So women are very helpful to men. And so with Nadia, because when Ernestine was doing the dancing, and she was invested in somebody else, like James, Jay was still invested in his wife, you know, and he was like, oh, where are you going? Like, You have this new wig, you have this new hair. You're changing, and she's evolving and growing. Where Jay, he wants to just stay at home and be boring all day and drink, or you know, he doesn't really do much. He has no direction in what he likes or any interest. And if he has something that going for himself, he's not really focused. That he loses $2 million for Anthony. So when Ernestine was with, started changing, he was like, what are you doing? He tried to take her keys, and she's like, I'm going out. I'm going out. So he was really invested in her and trying to make his relationship work. But then when he met Nadia, he's no longer interested in his wife anymore. So he now can stand on his own and separate from his wife, because he's like, oh, well, I have somebody else. So, but Nadia is supposed to be his biblical teacher. And, but she crossed lines because she wants to help him overcome his being drunk Jay, according to her uncle. He calls him drunk Jay. So she's supposed to help him gain spirituality, but now they're just competing with Ernestine on being a mother. Like, she took Ava for pancakes. They're crossing lines with Ernestine. But Bishop Chris is an upstanding man who is a leader of the church. As Bishop knows, Jay is at his low point as a man because he has no direction. Bishop Chris is trying to mentor Jay and save his marriage, because he says, like, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So a man benefits from being married. So they go out and date and to find a wife so they can have a good life to live. Now Jay doesn't have to be single. Now Jay doesn't want to be single and build on being a man by himself. He sought out help from Nadia. Now he has a woman friend. He wants to take Ava with him and Nadia for pancakes and replace Ernestine. And Nadia invited Ernestine for pancakes, but Jay said no. Ernestine has to do something else. And Ernestine said, Ernestine could have gone, but Jay wants to be divisive and have two women, Nadia and Ernestine, not know each other, but have Jay talk about one woman to the other, and they have to learn through his interpretation of each other, like how the other woman is. So now James has bought Ava earrings, and Jay isn't going to like it. And Ernestine usually goes with men who are better than Jay and treat her better. Like Trainer X was concerned about Ernestine when he found out she had cancer. He went over to her house with flowers, and Jay beat him up. But Ernestine never told him where she lived. Her friend gave X her address, but Jay, he told Nadia where they lived, and he was going to invite her into the house, but she told him no. She'd stay on the porch. But then after he fixed her tire, and her uncle Bishop Chris told her to stay away from him, Jay, but she didn't listen to him. She offered to take Jay and Ava to go get pancakes. So Jay lets her inside the house, like all the way in, and then Ernestine sees Nadia. Now that's very dangerous, because Ernestine, she could have beat Nadia up, So that wasn't a good move for Nadia. She could have waited outside like she did before. And then, so Jay has brought women inside of the home, like Dr. Faith has been inside the house. And then she got the water bottle from the refrigerator. And, Jay was flaunting his relationship with Dr. Faith while Ernestine had cancer. Then he found out Ernestine was dying. Then he broke up with Dr. Faith. And then Dr. Faith started helping Ernestine overcome cancer. But then Jay started messing with Alexis. And Alexis said she was pregnant with Jay. And then Jay wanted to work it out with Ernestine, because if they would have gotten a divorce, he would have been a single father with 2 kids in separate households. He would have been a single dad with 2 kids in 2 separate households. So he needed his wife, Ernestine. He because he needed her support as a wife. He couldn't deal with that on his own, having a woman that's pregnant, And Ernestine told him to stay away from Alexis just until she finds out that's his child. Stay away from her. But he didn't. And he also had sex with her inside of the house. And Jay wanted to have sex with Dr. Faith while Ernestine was sick with cancer inside the house with Ernestine upstairs. No, Ernestine was downstairs. Then Jay went to jail because he was a suspect in X's hit and run, and Ernestine got $21,000 from a male friend from her cancer survivor group, and got Jay out of jail with the $21,000. And the male friend questioned Jay as a husband because he has been at the cancer support 5 times and never saw Jay as a husband support his wife in the group. And he told Jay to be a better husband. And then also Mayor Sean Baker saw Jay get upset with Ernestine at work and comforted Ernestine. And he told Jay to leave. And Sean Baker told Jay he needed to appreciate Ernestine. Ernestine usually dates men that are more up than Jay. Jay dates women who are lower than Ernestine. And Jay is going to find out that there's something wrong with Nadia, because even Bishop Chris, her uncle, said that she'd been through some things in her life. So I'm interested to see where this storyline goes between Jay, Ernestine, and Nadia and James. All right, well, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.